Hello and welcome to PowerDrift, folks. I'm here in Goa for the first drive of the TATA Zest 2014. Now the interesting part about this is that Tata Motors promises to change the entire customer experience, starting with the launch of this car, which in turn is based on the three pillars: Connect Next, Drive Next and Design Next. Let's begin this entire thing and kick it off by talking about the Design Next philosophy. Here's one of the scale models of the Tata Zest, and on to my right hand side is one of the young designers of the car, Mudit.
So basically with this car we're starting Design Next, which is our future philosophy for design. With the car we wanted something that is younger, more athletic, a little bit iconic, dynamic. If you can see, these were the key words that we follow up when we start things. I mean, we start off with this humanity curve, which is signature Tata, but yet it's refined to another level. Right. We have something that is, we call the thrust line, which connects both the headlamps towards the grille, so it widens the car a little more. When we have something called as a slingshot line, which is going all around the car, right, so it gives it that more athletic stance. Right. So athletic, iconic, confident and dynamic were the main inspirations for it.
We came out with a completely new brand DNA for Tata Motors passenger vehicles, and we decided that in every product we will therefore differentiate ourselves clearly in design, driving pleasure and connectivity.
Alright folks, so now lots of first-in-class features when we talk about the Tata Zest. Now there is the first time ever a turbocharged petrol engine, and then of course first time ever drive modes. There is the sport mode, there is the eco mode and the city mode. And well, since I can't be driving the car tomorrow, the real car, I get to test those drive modes right out here on the Tata simulator. That was simulation. It's time to pass on the bait to real life situations, real people and of course real sized cars. I've got the diesel as well as the petrol besides me, and then of course Ritvik and Charles, who would be making sure that by the end of this you would be zestified. So we've driven both the cars quite some distance now, the petrol and the diesel. I'll start with Ritvik first. You were driving the petrol Tata Zest. Now tell us about your first impressions of the petrol one.
If you would have put me in this car without any badges, I wouldn't have been able to tell if it's a Tata car or some other brand. Okay. It's that good.
The drive modes that they've developed in conjunction with Bosch, there's the sport mode, eco mode. Tell us a bit more about that.
Makes a huge difference. I mean, you feel it immediately. As soon as you turn on the car is by default in city mode. To switch the modes, just have to press a button on the center console. So in eco, it has a very mellow throttle response. It has very good low down torque. Right. It also has a small gear indication on the center console in the MID. So it will tell you with arrows up and down when to switch gears and what gear you should be in. Right. Now the city mode is a balance of the two, eco and sport. Okay. So you can drive very comfortably, you can be in higher gears. In sport, you have a very sharp throttle. It's very responsive.
Speaking of throttle being responsive, I was sitting in your car, Charles, now, which happens to be the diesel car, and you did talk about the torque curve and you quite seem to like it, right?
Yes, it's not a completely new engine like the REVOTRON. They've worked on the old diesel engine. It still has a very nice throttle response. When you're in the right gear, the right revs, you can really surge forward on that wave of torque. This is now the cheapest diesel automatic. People have been asking for an inexpensive diesel automatic for a very long time, and this is going to sell like hotcakes for sure. The other side is that it doesn't seem very refined yet. So sometimes the gear shifts are a little clunky. It takes a little time to both upshift and downshift. This is actually more refined in the cabin than the Amaze. You have the low NVH, plus you have decent audio coming out of your audio system.
Now the sound system in this car, the petrol Zest that is, it's no ordinary sound system. In fact, it houses a whole lot more technologies than I could have perhaps even imagined. It lets you of course connect your phone to the car's Bluetooth device, but it also has voice recognition software. It reads out your messages aloud. It also operates climate control parameters from the display. It is also the display for parking sensor thing, right? And there is someone calling. Can you answer the call? Yeah. Either from the steering mounted controls, or you could also be answering the call from the touchscreen display. Hi there.
Hey, Amit, what's up?
And how's the Zest review going?
Well, Goa is not actually cool, not cool at all. In fact, Goa it's raining cats and dogs, and that's making it really difficult. So, Amit, we'll talk to you later, eh? We'll continue with this. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Sure.
Thank you.
Bye.
There it is. Touch of a button. So you have steering mounted audio controls, and then you have the convenience of a touch screen.
And seems Tata has worked a lot on improving the voice command recognition software as well.
So can we try calling Amit Shetty once again with voice recognition? Do you know how? Go ahead. Yeah.
Keep this button pressed. Call Amit Shetty.
There you go. As easy as that. Just to show you guys again that the call will be connected. Yeah, we go this way.
Here we go. It's ringing.
And it's ringing. I've hopped into the diesel Zest here with Charles Pennyfather. Charles, this is a car that's churning out 90 horses, 200 Newton meters of torque. How's the drivability of the diesel Zest?
Those figures aren't really anything exceptional because everyone makes approximately the same power and torque in the class. But what you get is unlimited convenience with this automatic, the AMT. So I've been driving this car for more than a few hours now, and I'm relaxed, I'm fresh. So it's just like a normal person shifting gears for you.
Right.
So in that sense, you know, you wish the gearbox had a little more. So
Yeah.
as far as city driving is concerned, no problem at all. The sheer convenience it will give you will override everything else. But refinement in terms of how fast it shifts, how smoothly it shifts, I certainly could have wished for more.
But then, the moment you step inside the cabin of this car, the first thing that struck me was how spacious a sub 4 meter car can be.
And that the space that we talk about in this car, it also applies to the boot, surprisingly. Big enough to be usable.
I personally feel that this has been a terrific launch in this segment. Quite a heated segment, the sub 4 meter segment in India. The car is not a boring looking car. It's not a dull car just plying on the road whom you don't bother about at all. This may look odd from certain angles, but still manages to stand out a whole lot.
The Zest does look very different because they've got a lot of different things on the exterior, on the interior that make it stand out. I mean, if you look at these things in isolation, they are really, really good looking.
The petrol and the diesel, while coming back, both of you swapped the cars. How was it for you?
It was pretty good. The whole ergonomic package has been judged perfectly. Refinement is really good. Steering is really good. It's not like the old cars where the steering was up high and you used to sit low. It has all been improved by leaps and bounds.
Charles, it does have 3 power modes, but will the consumers see a significant rise in their fuel efficiency should they be switching it to eco mode all the time?
I don't know about significant, but there certainly will be a difference. The diesel, you were saying there's no climate control, no DRLs. So obviously they are not going to target the top end of the segment as far as price is concerned. They're still going to remain Tata, and they're still going to remain where they are the strongest, and that is value for money.